Hey nerd family, and welcome back to another video. Today is the day that most of us have been waiting for. As you guys can tell by the title of this video, today we're going to be talking about Netflix's new gaming service. Before we get into it, I'm going to go ahead and roll that intro, and I'll see you back here in a second. Alright guys, welcome back. I hope everyone out there is staying safe and staying healthy. If you haven't already checked out the nerdcircle.com, make sure to head over there and check it out. It's still a work in progress, but we're adding some things over there for you. Also, if you haven't followed along on social media, make sure to head over to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Nerd Circle and go ahead and follow. We do post some things over on social media when it's not quite time to make a video just yet, so you don't want to miss out. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure to go ahead and do so. Make sure to ring that bell so you get notified of any new videos to come out. And I can't forget to thank all of you subscribers that have gotten me over the 200. I know we passed 200 the other day, and at the last time I looked, we were sitting at 205. So I definitely appreciate all the subscribers that have gotten us there, and I'm excited to continue for us to grow, and hopefully we can continue the growing content here and keep everything chugging along. So thanks again to all the subscribers. I really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's little video here. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about Netflix's new game service. Now, it did launch to a few different countries previously, but as of yesterday, November 3rd of 2021 here, it did finally launch in the US. Now, according to the article that I was reading, I believe there is supposed to be a Netflix gaming application in the App Store, but I haven't seen anything. The way it looks like it's working is when you log into Netflix, you can search up games. It'll show you the few games that they have, and when you click on it, it brings you into your App Store where you can go ahead and install those games, and you do need a Netflix account to be able to do so. Now, there are just a handful of games at the moment, and those games are just going to be touch enabled. They don't have any controller inputs just yet. So in a few moments, we'll go ahead and jump in so you guys can actually see how it functions. They did say that it's currently only on Android, so you do have to have an Android smartphone or tablet for these games to be able to function. In the coming months, Netflix has stated that they will be working on an Apple variant, but they just don't have anything yet. And they're focused on mobile games at the moment. So in a future release, we might see more PC or console type games, but at the moment it's just going to be mobile style games. It is pretty big news just to kind of see how it's going to work for Netflix and see if it's something that they're going to continue with all the other game streaming services that are out there. So I am intrigued to see how it's going to unfold for them. So let's go ahead and jump over to the screen share with the Android phone so we can pull up the Netflix app and take a look at it here. Alright guys. This is just turning out to be a nightmare, and I'm really hoping I can find a way to salvage it, but long story short, I've had a lot of issues with trying to get this video going. I really wanted to get it put out as soon as Netflix had announced the Netflix games, which was back on the 3rd, and we're sitting here on the 6th right now as I'm still trying to edit everything together. And unfortunately what happened is I tried to do a screen share with my new phone, and it did a higher frame rate than what I'm used to using, so it created a lot of issues there for me. So then I went and I downloaded a new screen sharing program. I paid for the pro version. It lets me dial more settings in, so I set it for the right frame rate and everything else. I made that video, thought I was good to go. I waited for everything to process, put it into the editor here, and it's still the same frame rate as the other screen share. So I'm really just trying to get this video out here for you guys, so there's not going to be as much information in here as I had intended. The screen share is just not really working out for me, so I'm going to have to take a look further into that in the future and see what's going on as to why it keeps reverting to the higher frame rate, so that way we can get that solved. So I'm going to have to kind of piece some things together here for you guys to really show it to you. But we'll definitely have some more videos to come and more information across social media, so I apologize that this video is really not going to come out the way I intended, but hopefully there's still some hope to it. Hopefully you guys can still get some information out of it, and there'll definitely be more to come. As you kind of pull up the app, I'm sure most of you are familiar with Netflix, so as you pull it up here, you can see down at the bottom there's going to be games, so you can go ahead and click on games to get into it there. You can also find those games up in the search up at the top as well. when you do go into it, there's only 5 games currently that they have listed there. So you got those games there. Now, I didn't play every single game. I just kind of tested a few of them here, and most of them are just going to be those kind of mindless games that you can just kind of play, but they can be a bit addictive. So I did play a few of them for, a good half hour or so. I played the shooting hoops here for a little bit. It could be a little bit easier to explain when you first go into the game. They could give you a bit more instructions on how to play. I kind of had to poke around a bit to figure it out, but when you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. It's a little fun game there. I didn't go into any of the actual Stranger Things as far as gameplay. I loaded them up just to kind of, go into them there, but I didn't actually record any gameplay, and I didn't even actually play them yet. So I will check those out and kind of update in a future video, but of course let me know down below if you want to see any gameplay footage of those. But we only have these 5 games currently, and like I said, they're focusing on just having the mobile style games at the moment, and all the games that you install are going to be installed just like you would normally install a game or an app to your phone. So you're going to go ahead and open it up. You're going to click on Get, and it's going to bring you to the Play Store, and you're going to click on Install, and then you can click Play after it's done installing, and then it's going to bring you right back to Netflix and actually launch the game. So very simple. I do wish and hope that in the future that they're going to just basically implement the games into Netflix so you don't have to install each individual game, but we'll kind of see how that unfolds going forward here. But other than that, I mean, it's real basic. There's really not a whole lot going on right now. Hopefully we see some improvement going forward here, and I'll definitely keep my eyes on it and make sure we get some updates going forward. But other than that, that's really all there is to show you as far as the user interface. Hopefully I was able to salvage some of the screen share here, and I'll make sure to get it fixed here in the future. As of now, you got a couple games up there. There's really not a whole lot going on. It is separate applications. You can find the games under Netflix, but then it does have you install the actual application for those games, so it's not like it's got it in its own place. And maybe in the future there will be a Netflix game application where all the games are housed, and even if the regular Netflix app, you go to games like we did and then it opens up the games app. I don't know how they're going to do it going forward, but instead of individually downloading all these games, I do think it would be better to have an application where all the games are housed. But we'll see how they do that going forward. We'll definitely keep an eye on it. But just to kind of get it out there and say that the Netflix games is unfolding in front of us here, and it's interesting to keep an eye on it and to watch what it's going to do as it unfolds here. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it here for you guys, but I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I think I'll be more entertained when they get out of the mobile game marketplace and get more into the console or PC style games. I think that that's going to be more interesting for most of us than the mobile games, but we'll just kind of see how things unfold as it goes. So if you guys are a Netflix subscriber, definitely go ahead and check out the games, see what you guys think. Let us know in the comments below what your thoughts are. I wouldn't say to necessarily go ahead and subscribe to Netflix for these games. I don't think that's going to be worth it. So if you're really not into Netflix for their TV shows and movies, then I wouldn't jump on the bandwagon for these games right now. Unless you see there's some free trials going on. They may be introducing some free trials as they start pumping more games out, so we'll have to keep an eye out for those. But I wouldn't say to go ahead and subscribe just for the games at the moment. But it's definitely interesting. If you already are a subscriber, definitely check it out. But that's all I got here for you guys today. Again, we're going to keep our eye on it. You're going to see a lot more posts over on social media, so make sure you're following along over there. And when we see that it's interesting enough to go ahead and make another video, I'll definitely put another one out. If there's anything I forgot to mention, I'll leave it in the description down below. If there's anything you guys noticed that I forgot to mention, make sure to leave it in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell so you get notified of any new videos to come out. Don't forget to share this video across any social media platform that you like. Of course, you can follow the links on the screen to the older videos. And until next time, guys, stay nerdy.